So, welcome back to the channel. I did promise this video a week or two ago, but I thought, with all the stuff to do, it can simmer for a little bit. And what I would thought we would do now is summarise on what it has been like living with a £100 car that everybody, including myself, did not want, and I actually bought it by accident. So what we'll do is we'll just have a quick discussion about what it has been like to live with, how well it has done, how bad it has done, and yeah, does the price tag of a car really make that much of a difference? Right then, so I know my subscribers have probably been sat on the edge of their seats, want to know how this Dacia has been getting on. I mean, like, I can imagine nobody really cares, but let's just do the video anyway. So what has this car been like to live with? It's been absolutely fantastic. For a car that, for one, I bought by accident. I put a proxy bid in there, forgot all about it. Wasn't expecting to get it. And then I won it for £100. And, from the get-go, I was like, even my wife hates it. She decides to remind me all the time that she hates it as well. For me, I love it. Just look at it. Great in it, you know what I mean? What's it been like to live with? It's been fantastic. It's been very economical, fuel-wise. It's never let me down. At one point over Christmas, this car was stood outside my house for a month. Never got touched. Now, there are so many cars in the past that I have left for a week, 2 weeks, and I needed a jump start because they've been dead as a doornail. This thing, boop, didn't hesitate, didn't think about it. It was like, all right, we're going somewhere. That's great, let's go. So that was just fantastic, So I'll get you flipped around. We'll have a good old look at it. Look at it, beautiful. Right then, so I love it. It's just class, isn't it? Why would you want to spend thousands and thousands of pounds on a car when you can buy a £100 car? You can just use, and it gets the job done. At the end of the day, a pretty car is only going to benefit everybody else other than you, realistically. So what have I had to do to this car in my time of ownership? Absolutely nothing. I haven't checked the tyre pressures. I have checked the oil once, and it was just touching the bottom of the dipstick, so I was like, yep, that'll do for me. I do have some oil to top it up. I've just not got around to it, if I'm being honest with you. But in terms of like condition and things like that, has it got any worse? No. It's also not got any better. It's bumping starting to come out a little bit there, but that's okay. We can live with that. Actually, tell a lie. I have done some maintenance. This wing mirror kept on falling off all the time. It was doing my head in, and I couldn't see out of it. Oops. It's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. So all I did was jam some wood screws to it and put some duct tape on it. It's fantastic. I've never washed it, basically because I can't. Because obviously I've still got duct tape on the back window. Watertight for rain, but I think a jet wash might be a bit too much for it. In terms of the interior, how is it? Fair enough. I've put floor mat in it as well. Seat covers. The cheapest seat covers I could find. They're all right. It's starting to get a bit worn out there, but that seems fine. I mean, other than just needing a good tidy out, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I still haven't done anything with the seats. There's still bare foam underneath there. That seems fine. And as I said, you know, still got duct tape on the window. Yeah, one of the lads at the garage decided to stick a smiley face on it, and I've not done anything with it. But you know what is the strange thing? It probably wouldn't take too much to get this car tidy. You could either find the glass, you could get a bit of Perspex plastic, cut out a little window shape and do it that way, or you could get a proper glass, or you could just find a door. The bonnet, I did replace the bonnet, but that's about as far as I've gone with it. I mean, it's there doing the job. Seems fine. Sills. They're hanging in okay. I mean, it's a tiny, tiny pinhole there. But overall, you see there, solid. It's just got a little pinhole in it. But then you shut the door, that hole disappears, which is great news. To be fair, you could maybe argue that the door is what has done that, looking at where that's positioned. I'll get a hammer on that. Even to the extent of, I've not changed the rear wiper blade. Oops. Yeah, as I said, it's not really got any worse. If anything, it has got a little bit better. I do need to sort out getting some tyres for it at some point, because they are, they're not great, are they? To be fair, this is probably the worst one out of the two, but believe it or not, that there would still just be an MOT advisory, because you can't see any cords in the cracks. It's crazy, isn't it? I could maybe do something with this, do a bit of a cut back, get all this transfer off, do a bit of touching, and then polish it back and get that looking nice. The sills, I could clean up the rust, underseal them, and then just leave them like that. Maybe I could even get white underseal just to kind of bring it together. Who knows? And then just, overall, it's been fantastic. Yeah, this is just a quick one today, just a bit of a quick update as to what it's been like living with a £100 car, because you get so many people out there in this world that'll go out and they'll buy themselves Range Rovers and big expensive cars, big BMWs and Audis, and you look at them and you're thinking, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. This car serves its purpose. It's only got 62,000 miles on. Granted, them 62,000 miles, it's been abused for every single one of them. And you could maybe even take into consideration that it's probably more, because of the abuse, it's more aged like a dog, and it's got 120,000 miles on it if you wanted to think of it that sort of way. But still, what a fantastic car it has been. I've chucked 20 quid in it. I get about 125 miles out of that before I have to chuck another 20 quid in. As I said, it'll stay parked up for ages, and then it'll start up. Yeah, stick the radio on, does the boom booms. What more do you want? What more do you want? This car does get abused, let's be fair. You get stuff chucked in it all the time in the boot. It's more of a van. But I can't help but look at it and smile. It's stupid. It's so bad it's good, if that makes any sense. I would like to do something with it, because I do have a van that I'm wanting to get sorted. I don't know whether I could part with it. That's stupid, isn't it? A car that I bought for 100 quid by accident. I even went onto my TikTok page when I saw it going through BCA, and I was like, why? Give up on it. Who wants it? Me. I want it. I mean, I've been keeping my eye out for one of these going to scrap, a white one. Then I could put a bonnet on it because that is a cheap Chinesian one from Euro Car Parts that does not fit well at all. Like, at all. So, if I can get one that's maybe even got a knackered engine in it, because this has got a good engine in it with 62,000 miles, granted it hasn't been looked after. You know, I do need to put some oil in it. That's fair. But the engine's probably what saves this car and the gearbox with that sort of mileage on. Now, you could get a scrap one, take the engine out of this, put it in that one, or what would be the easier thing is to get one with a knackered engine and take all the good body panels off that and put it onto this. Because realistically, what you'd want to do, you'd want to change the bonnet. Because although it hasn't been on very long, it is only got the black sort of protective coating on it to stop it from rusting while it's in storage. So because I've left that, if you would have painted it, it would just end up rusting anyway. Also, because it is cheap metal, you can see where I've been shutting the bonnet and it's dented. Extremely easy. So you'd want to change that. Realistically, you'd want to get a set of headlights for it as well. And if you had a scrap one, maybe they had colour coded bumpers, chuck a set of them on as well, and on the back, because these, although they are in okay condition, you can see, like here, it's been scuffed, which I know from experience, you're going to struggle to get stuff like that out of it. You'd have to filler it and then you'd have to paint it anyway, just so you can hide it. The wings, I mean, like that wing there, that's just paint transfer, or like a bit of plastic transfer or something. So that'll polish off, and then you can just tidy up a little bit. I've already said about the sills, you know, you could tidy them up. Again, wing all right, door, bit of fettling on the bottom there. You'd want to stick at least one wing mirror on it. I know somebody did in their infinite wisdom, because I did have a problem at my old premises of people targeting just my cars and taking the wing mirrors off. Just my cars, not the garages cars that I was at. So make of that what you will. You know, tyres, you know, a set of wheels and tyres, if you got a decent one, you could maybe get the imitation alloy ones that are on that. Again, doors, okay. Would you paint the rear quarters? Probably not, but you could probably do a half decent job at making them okay. Even if I wanted to, I could even paint them myself. And then you put a back bumper on it and change that rear wiper blade. And then you'd want an interior, quite simply. It's probably the one thing that lets it down more than anything. Oh, sorry, I said about doors. Got about the duct tape. The interior is probably the one thing that lets it down most of all. The carpets, you either want to take them out and chuck a lot of chemicals on them and jet wash it and things like that, or if you had a scrap one, you just take it all out, swap it all over. Back seats ruined. Carpet, they are ruined. Front seats, the padding's dying to death. You know, it's not exactly comfortable. Uh, other than that, you know, personal preference, I'd maybe just want to put a bit of a different radio in it. But this car could quite easily, if you were to tidy it up, could retail £2.5 grand. I think when I had a look at it when I first bought it, the recommended retail on this car was £2,700. Who in the right mind would pay that, seeing in the state it is, and the sort of money that would need investing in it to get it to there? If you didn't have a donor car, oh lord, that bonnet alone cost me £150. Yeah, know what I mean. So I'd hate to think of what I think I priced up a door was like at the time £100, and then this is So I have got my ear to the pavement for a scrap car. One of these, preferably in white, obviously. So that is potentially the plan, is to just tidy it up and make it a nice, usable car that maybe I could actually look after, and then have a van as a bit of a workhorse. I don't know. What do you think? You're probably going to say, Anthony, you've lost your mind. Just use it until it dies, like you probably want to anyway, because you won't get one to scrap. But yeah, to summarise, this car has been fantastic, and I love it. No criticisms of it whatsoever. So anyway, as usual, all my socials will be down below. Please do click that like and subscribe button. Helps me out massively. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. This channel will not cost you a penny. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to ever do a membership or anything like that. You know, one day, hopefully, might be able to chuck out some merchandise. This maybe it's just cheap and affordable, couple of quid things. Maybe it's one day some stickers, maybe it's a little keyring, maybe it's for a fiver or something like that. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy, nothing stupid. You know, just like a fucking £20 cup that says car sales community on it or something stupid like that. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.